Susan Tedeschi is an American blues and soul musician known for her singing voice, guitar playing, and stage presence. A multiple Grammy Award nominee, she is a member of the Tedeschi Trucks Band, which is a conglomeration of her band, her husband Derek Trucks is the Derek Trucks Band, and other musicians. Tedeschi served as a judge for the 7th Annual Independent Music Awards to support independent artists' careers. Early life: Susan Tedeschi was born on November 9, 1970, in Boston, Massachusetts, to a family of Italian ancestry and was raised in Norwell, Massachusetts. She is the daughter of Dick Tedeschi, granddaughter of Nick Tedeschi and great-granddaughter of Angelo Tedeschi, founder of Tedeschi Food Shops, a New England-based supermarket and convenience store chain. Tedeschi made her public debut as a 6-year-old understudy in a Broadway musical. As a youth she sang for family members and listened to her father's record collection of old vinyl recordings of musicians such as Mississippi John Hurt and Lightning Hopkins. Raised as a Catholic, she found little inspiration in the church choir and attended predominantly African American Baptist churches, feeling that the music was less repressed and more like a celebration of God. In bands since the age of 13, she formed her first all-original group at 18, the Smokin' Section, in the nearby town of Scituate. After graduating Norwell High School, Tedeschi attended the Berklee College of Music, where she sang in a gospel choir. She performed show tunes on the Spirit of Boston and received her Bachelor of Music degree in musical composition and performance at age 20. During that time, she began sitting in on blues jams at local venues and immersed herself in the Boston music scene. Career. Early career. Tedeschi formed the Susan Tedeschi Band in 1993 featuring Tom Hambridge and Adrienne Hayes. She learned how to play blues guitar in Boston from musician Tim Duran in 1995. It was then she really began to hone her skills on the instrument. In December the band released Better Days to regional audiences. Record contracts were difficult to keep together. However, recording sessions from 1997 were acquired by Richard Rosenblatt and the band was signed to indie label Tone Cool Records. Just Won't Burn, featuring young guitarist Sean Costello, was released in February 1998 to very positive reviews, particularly from blues critics and publications. Susan was the first artist to play Michelle Clarke's very first Sunset Sessions in March 1998 at the Marriott in the U.S. Virgin Islands. In 1999, Tedeschi played several dates in the all-woman traveling festival Lilith Fair organized by Sarah McLachlan. Throughout 1998 and 1999 she toured extensively throughout the United States and drew larger crowds. Opening acts. Eventually Tedeschi was opening for John Mellencamp, B.B. King, Buddy Guy, the Allman Brothers Band, Taj Mahal and Bob Dylan. In 2000, Just Won't Burn reached gold record status for sales of 500,000 in the United States, rare for a blues production. She recorded 2 tracks with Double Trouble band members Chris Layton and Tommy Shannon for their album. She opened for the Rolling Stones in 2003 and played in huge venues, gaining national exposure. Somewhat surprisingly, the gig wasn't financially lucrative. According to Tedeschi, "They pay, but it's not great. I don't make any money 'cause I've got to pay all my sidemen. I'll be lucky if I break even." In 2004, Tedeschi was featured on the PBS show Austin City Limits, flanked by William Green, on Hammond organ, Jason Crosby, playing keyboards, violin, and vocals, bassist Ron Perry, and Jeff Sipe, on drums. The performance was extremely well received. Influences. Susan Tedeschi's voice has been described as a blend of Bonnie Raitt and Janis Joplin, which she maintains is not surprising given that both have been her influences. Her guitar playing is influenced by Buddy Guy, Johnny Guitar Watson, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Freddie King and Doyle Brownhill too. On the album Just Won't Burn, she lists a multitude of inspirations from various genres. This list includes Irma Thomas, Etta James, Bob Marley, Toots Hibbert, Aretha Franklin, Otis Rush, Ronnie Earl, Otis Clay, Ray Charles, Billie Holiday, Bob Dylan, Dennis Montgomery III, Orville Wright, Walter Beasley, Kanye Hathaway, and Mahalia Jackson. Personal life In December 2001, Tedeschi married Allman Brothers Band slide guitarist Derek Trucks, who was also the band leader and lead guitarist of the Derek Trucks Band. The pair met in New Orleans when she was the opening act on the Allman Brothers Band's 1999 summer tour. They have two children. Charles Khalil Trucks, born in March 2002, is named for saxophonist Charlie Parker, guitarist Charlie Christian, and author Khalil Gibran. Sophia Naima Trucks, born in 2004, takes her unusual middle name from the John Coltrane ballad, composed in honor of his first wife. They reside in Jacksonville, Florida. Soul Stew Revival Today with her powerful vocals and Trucks on guitar complement one another, and toured together frequently under the name Soul Stew Revival. This included members of the Derek Trucks Band, members of Susan Tedeschi's band, and other musicians who traveled with them, including Trucks's younger brother, drummer Dwayne Trucks. In 2008, they added a three-piece horn section. Tedeschi Trucks Band In 2010, both Susan Tedeschi and her husband Derek Trucks announced a hiatus for their solo bands, and formed a new group called Tedeschi Trucks Band. The group performed at a number of festivals including Eric Clapton's Crossroads Guitar Festival, Fuji Rock Festival and others. Unlike their previous collaborative project Derek Trucks and Susan Tedeschi's Soul Stew Revival the Tedeschi Trucks Band focuses on writing and performing original material, and is the focus of both Trucks and Tedeschi for the foreseeable future. Grammy Award nominations: 2000 Grammy nomination for Best New Artist, 2003 Grammy nomination for Best Female Rock Vocal Performance, 2004 Grammy nomination for Best Contemporary Blues Album for Wait for Maine, 2006 Grammy nomination for Best Contemporary Blues Album for Hope and Desire, 2010 Grammy nomination for Best Contemporary Blues Album for Back to the River. Grammy Awards 2012 Grammy Award for Best Blues Album alongside her other 10 bandmates in the Tedeschi Trucks Band Forever Later. Discography: Better Days, Just Won't Burn, Wait for Me, Live from Austin, TX, The Best of Susan Tedeschi Episode 1, Hope and Desire, The Best of Susan Tedeschi Episode 2, Back to the River, Revelator, Everybody's Talkin', Made Up Mind. Collaborations and guest appearances: It Hurt So Bad, Track 14, On the Mountain 4, compilation by Seattle radio station KMTT, Welcome to Little Milton, You Need to Be With Me, Track 12, On the Mountain 5, compilation by Seattle radio station KMTT, It Hurt So Bad, Track 3, Live from the Archive 7, compilation by Seattle radio station KMTT, It Hurt So Bad, Track 3, Farm Aid Volume 1 Live Disc 2, compilation by Readline Ent, Kansas City with Willie Nelson, Track 9, and Opposites a Tract with Tom Hambridge, Track 14, New Names, New Music, compilation by San Francisco radio station KFOG, Angel from Montgomery, Track 9, Live from the Archives 8, compilation by San Francisco radio station KFOG, Tired of My Tears, Track 5, Broadcasts Volume 14, compilation by Austin radio station KGSR, People, Track 1, Live from the Archives 16, compilation by San Francisco radio station KFOG, Joyful Noise, Derek Trucks Band, Already Free, Derek Trucks Band, Truth, Robin Ford, Bug original motion picture soundtrack track number 5 I Fell in Love, Skin Deep, Buddy Guy. Tedeschi performed the Clapton song Any Day with the Derek Trucks Band while opening for Eric Clapton's touring band at the Crossroads Guitar Festival on July 28, 2007, in Chicago, Illinois. Space Captain, Track 4, The Imagine Project, Herbie Hancock, Burn It Down, Track 1, Tin Can Trust, Los Lobos, Mixed Drinks About Feelings, Track 4, Mr. Misunderstood, Eric Church. References. External links: Susan Tedeschi official site, derekandsusan.net/ official site for both Derek Trucks and Susan Tedeschi, derektrucksband.com official site, interview with Tedeschi in Performing Musician magazine.